Okay, back to black again. Favorite color. This was a gift 3 Christmases ago, or maybe 2 Christmases ago, from Danica, my sister in law, and it has much of the Milky Way galaxy. And at the very bottom, you can see heavenly bodies. And heavenly bodies are really neat, cool, awesome. Those are 3 words I never use. And I wanted to talk about the difference between faith in heavenly bodies and faith in nothingness and complete atheistic faith, which my brother Matt is. And they even told their daughter, who had trouble sleeping, we don't believe in that. They said to her, obviously exposed to some believer at school. She's in 11th grade, and she couldn't sleep. She was literally horrified by the concept. But I'm not horrified by the concept. I'm happy by the concept. Heavenly bodies, there's no sex, there's no marriage. We learned that there's 3 levels of heaven by Paul's vision or actual transformation to this level. He went to the 3rd level of heaven. And incredible what these early believers in God from the Old Testament and then Jesus in the New Testament were able to do, because they were able to sacrifice their lives. The first one was Stephen, who was stoned to death. Peter was crucified upside down. And these are the guys who hung out with Jesus. And if they weren't sure, they were sure after his resurrection, when the Holy Spirit came down on them. And that's a weird thing, the Holy Spirit. But once he's in you, he doesn't leave. And by faith in the Holy Spirit's indwelling, by faith in Jesus, God, and the afterlife, you can live your current life a completely different way. And Trent, who's an atheist too, said, well, no, he's not an atheist, he's an agnostic. Been working on him for 35 years. And he said, well, why don't I just wait until I'm right at the step of death, and then I'll accept Christ or whatever I have to do, and I'll go to heaven. And that was a weird perception, as if you live a much poorer life on earth by knowing the creator of earth, by knowing the creator of galaxies, by knowing the creator of heavenly bodies. And it's just awesome to look up in the sky and be reassured that this isn't random chaos, but it has meaning for the afterlife. And there's no pain, there's no sadness. And one idiot, not idiot, I like him a lot, but he sang this song about heaven, and it was from his band, which I can't remember right now, because I've been doing this for way too long. Talking Heads, David Byrne, has a song about, wouldn't heaven be boring? What would you do in heaven? It'd just be boring. And I thought that was the least intelligent thing a very intelligent man said in all of his songs. And the answer is, of course it's not boring. You have galaxies to explore. You have freedom, perhaps, to fly. You are in a world with no hurting. The original Garden of Eden we return to. You can do anything you want, and there's work in heaven. And of course, um, a million light years. How long would it take to explore that? So I know that concept freaks people out, eternity, but it didn't freak me out until I heard somebody else was totally freaked out about that. And then I told myself, like OCD, like anxiety, that it was weird to think about eternity. And I think it's a lot weirder to think about 6 feet under to be your eternity. So good luck in finding faith that gives you the power to sacrifice.